What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I sang that. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Super excited you made it here today. Today is the second holiday palette tutorial that I'm going to be talking about today. I did have to go somewhere this morning, so I have like a little bit of shimmery eyeshadow on and some mascara, but we're just gonna put stuff over top of it. It shouldn't matter at all. We are using the Sultry Anastasia Beverly Hill palette. This was the other palette I had you guys vote on my Instagram, and it lost by 1%. So here it is now. It looks like this. It's so beautiful, so neutral. It just really called to me when I was looking at holiday palettes. I really like this pop of coral, actually. And I think that's really nice and kind of transition-y for the fall, because this is something that I would use for Thanksgiving and like November and beginning of December-ish versus like New Year's Eve and Christmas, when I'm really looking for bold reds and that kind of stuff. So I am going to be mixing can everybody calm down? Anyways, I'm going to be mixing a coral and red today to kind of have a corally tinted red lip, which will still be really, I'm breaking out down here and it's so itchy. Anyways, and it's going to be like a really nice pop of color and bring that coral in without looking too Christmas and New Year's. So that's kind of what we're gonna do today. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm not super sure exactly the direction that I'm going, but I'll probably do something pretty smoky on the top with a lot of these metallic shades, and then the bottom with that coral bloom shade. So I guess what we're gonna do is get started with this shade Twig. It's a cool brown, and I think we can just kind of bring that into our crease here and get started with our transition shade. Why is my face so itchy? I have a hair somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Alamar Cosmetics Fluffy Blending Brush. As a number, I don't know it anymore. It's been rubbed off. But keep in mind, this is the Anastasia formula, so it's very pigmented. The reason I'm using this particular brush is because it's kind of wide. Let's see if you guys can see this. Hold on. It's kind of wide on the side, but skinny when you turn it, which means I like to go in like this, like with the wide section like this, and then flip it and kind of really brush it out over the top, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this onto the other side. I do have a little bit of shimmer down on my eyes already, like I said. Now I'm flipping it, by the way. But because I'm doing a heavy shimmer, it's just a little bit of my highlight from earlier since I had to go out. But I'm just gonna keep blending that in. Okay, so moving on, I want to start darkening this outer corner. The only, it's not an irritation necessarily. I guess the only frustration, where is the brush I'm looking for? The only frustration I have with this palette is there isn't anything in between Twig and Dystopian, or even in between like Birch and Dystopian, which means you go directly into this extremely dark brown shade. I wish there was kind of an in-between medium brown shade. Like if the color teak wasn't metallic, that color would be a perfect in-between color. So as it stands, I'm going to kind of dip into both of these and try to get this like in-between color to put right on the outer corner here. I'm gonna bring it all the way into my crease over here and just kind of darken that up a little bit. Went a little low on that. It's gonna be okay because I'm gonna cut that crease, but just be aware. I went a little too low here. You can see that I went here instead of up in my crease. A little bit on this side as well. I just didn't pay attention. So. Just be cognizant of that. Like I said, it's not going to really matter because we're going to cut the crease, but if you weren't, that would be kind of annoying to cover up with other shadow. Okay, so now that we've kind of made that a little bit deeper, we can start to go in with the darker shade here. And I'm going to use the brush that came with this. I actually love this brush. Every time I get a new palette, I get excited because I get another one of these. I'm going to use the small side and dip it into that dystopian dark brown shade. I'm going to just bring it up into this crease a little bit. I'm going to keep it on the outside though. I'm not going to bring it all the way in. It looks scary now. I promise it's going to look good at the end. Just one of those looks that looks kind of the worst halfway through, but I promise it'll pull together at the end. I'm just going to put that brown in to block this whole section out because you can see I left like a little bit of a gap. I don't want a gap. And with the clean end of this brush, I'm just going to kind of buff that out a little bit. That's starting to look really nice. That has a nice sloped shape. Okay, so I really like the way that that is looking. I'm going to add a little bit of the black shade mixed with the brown shade. It's noir. Just a tiny bit on my upper lash. Now that that's as dark as I want it to be, it's time to kind of cut that a little bit. So okay, so I'm going to grab my Tarte Shape Tape. It is my favorite for cutting creases because it doesn't crease when I open my eyes and that kind of stuff. So it's ideal for that. I'm just going to start carving out this section of my eye. Okay, once you have those carved, you can start going in with your metallic shades. So I am going to start with the color Teak. Just this really bronzy shade, and I'm gonna kind of do a gradient in. Okay, so next I'm going to pull the color Cinder. Trying to use as many of these as possible. So pretty. And then last, I'm going to go in with the color Pearl. That is so pretty. That's gorgeous. Okay, so now that I have this pretty gradient, told you it would look better, I am going to start smoking out this color Bloom. And I just have kind of a pointy blending brush for that. And I want to put that on the bottom lash line. I know this is coral, but somehow it still feels holiday to me. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little flat brush I used before and put that color Pearl in the inner corner. It's bright and shiny. And then I'm going to take a little pencil brush with the color Pearl again, and now let's go ahead and okay, let's move on to the lashes now. So I have my Scarlet 08 lashes, which are just kind of my go-to lashes now. I've used these a million times on my channel. Sorry, not sorry. Not sorry. Okay, so they look like this. They're beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off, pop these on, and be right back. Okay, so these lashes ended up being like the perfect fit. They're so pretty. So now let's go ahead and put our lipstick on. So I am going to do a coat of my Meet Matte Hues from The Balm. It's just a really bright red cherry color. Just gonna do one coat of that while it's still wet. I'm gonna pop on my Sephora Liquid Lip Stain in number 9. That's perfect. So that's just like a corally red, which really goes well with the under eye color that we have, Bloom, but it doesn't scream summer, if that makes sense. It's a little bit more muted than that, which I really like. So, that looks delicious. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new and cool today and enjoyed today's holiday-esque look with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. This is definitely a holiday favorite for me, and I know there are going to be so many other looks that I can put together with this for the holiday season, so pretty stoked about that. I hope you guys loved it too. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. I upload videos every Monday and Thursday, so be sure to check back for those, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys!